Hey everybody, it's your friend Sarmate here, and we're back with another episode of Settlement Survival. I'm having a fantastic and amazing day today. Now, I kind of screwed up here. I recorded my video without any words, and so that's why we're kind of a little bit ahead. I gotta catch you guys up. So I have a couple buildings over here in the midst of getting produced, and that's because in the processing here, I went into salt making. We got salt making happening. We have the salt works and the curing workshop now. And that's over here. We got our salt works placed, and then we got our curing workshop going over here, and then we also have a little warehouse. One of you guys pointed out, is in your infinite wisdom, that our peas were dying. Here we go. We have our standard field. I have it all swapped over to broccoli because our peas 130 last year, as opposed to our broccoli, which was 250. So because the broccoli has a shorter growing time of, I think it was 80 days, versus the peas that are 125, our broccoli just had more time to fully mature, ripe, get harvested, whereas the peas were taking way longer. And I think where my mistake happened with the peas here is because normally when I'm playing, I go into agriculture and go down to farming efficiency, which is the speed of sowing and harvesting is plus 100%. So if we had that going, then we would have been okay. We would have had time to get the peas out of here. But since we don't. So broccoli it is. We got that happening. We have a couple of agave here. One farm making some agave seeds. We're about 162. We're trying to keep our head above the spirits there. We have a cap at 300. We're at 297 right now. Looking pretty great. We're having a couple, we're kind of getting really low on the domestic fuels here. We only have the one sawmill working. We now have the two sawmills working. We have one person in this sawmill making us some planks, and that's for the salt works here. Get that built up, and once that's done, it's only 5 more planks. Then I'll probably swap this back to domestic fuels to try and get ahead of the game there. Getting kind of close to wintertime here, so we're getting a little bit low on wood. Oh, what is this? A forest fire. This is a new one. There is smoke rising from the forest, and soon people can confirm that it is a fire. Since it is not big yet, should we put it out or cut down surrounding trees to stop the fire's spread? Interesting. Let's cut down the surrounding trees because I need wood. Citizens successfully stopped the fire from spreading and also caught some animals trying to escape. Oh, okay. We got 441 leather. That's going to be really, really great to trade for some. That'll be really good. We also did have a caravan that got finished that brought us some cats. So I did go to Rania and get a little bit of rep, bought some cats, sold some things, and we're still trying to get to the level 1 here. We're kind of out a ways here, about, what is that, 21? Yeah, so we need to get a little bit more trading going on with her to get to that first bamboo stuff. And now that we have a leather, we can definitely do some trading. That would be really good. Sell some of that leather, get a little bit of money, get some wood, maybe some rocks, or some food. We could use some of that. That'd be really great. We do have a pasture going because we did find alpacas as well in the first part of the video that I had muted. We're going to go ahead and get that going as well. And now we have the alpaca meats, and then we're going to get some alpaca wool as well. So if we check out our curing workshop here, we got somebody working there, which is a little unnecessary at this point because we have no salt yet. But I was looking at this and it reminded me that there's a thing of salted meats. That's the thing. So we have to get meat chops for that. And so to get the meat chops, what we got to do is have the one tech point, which we do, and go to meat processing. And then we can process various meats into meat chops. So let's go ahead and grab that. And the cool thing about these is it turns, like if you get one meat from an alpaca or a turkey or a goose here, it's going to turn it into 2. So it pretty much doubles your meat, which is pretty crazy. So I want to get that going as well. I also was looking, wanting to get to the salted fish because this is that tier 2 of food. See there it says more filling. So food is broken down into 3 tiers in this game. A rough food, it would being like just the broccoli coming out the field. That is a rough food. And then if you do 1 step of processing, that's a simple food. So if we check that out on here, you'll see our salted meats, salted fish. couple other things in here. And then finally, the fancy foods. That's going to be your delicacies. These are your pies, our cakes, stuff like that. So this is the very much end game foods. We're really just focused on rough foods for the most part. But if we can get some of those simple foods figured out, we'll be doing pretty great. Water is pretty excessive right now. I'm going to take somebody out of that well so we have an additional worker. We're just kind of waiting on this immigrant batch to get here so that we can really get into it a little bit more here. We could, I'm going to leave the 2 workers in there, keep these farms going as is. We got 5. That's pretty good. I wouldn't mind. So that's got built up. I'm going to go ahead and switch that out. I wouldn't mind putting a couple more people into the sawmill here. Let's put 1 more in here. And then the salt works, don't need 2 people in that. We'll also put 1 more person in the sawmill. So hopefully these people can get back to their homes here before they freeze to death. And hopefully we got enough food to get through this winter. We're at a nice big fat 0 like we have been. We're kind of hurting on just about everything. Well, except for leather now, I guess. So let's get a little bit of marked stuff for gathering here. Just so that we can do something here in the winter to try and help that out. We got all of our farmers are now laborers, and yet we lost somebody to starvation here. So let's go ahead and take some of these guys out of here. We don't need to replace, let's replace the farmer right now so we don't forget about it. We don't need builders right now. Well, we do. I need a builder, I guess, because I was building a butcher, but we need timber and stone anyways. So I guess we're just going to hold off for a little bit longer, getting that thing built up. So what I think I'll do here is I'm just going to kind of let the game play out. I'm going to wait for these immigrants to get here, and I'm going to try and, keep balancing and making sure that we've got things happening well. And I'll bring it back when we get the immigrants, and then we can get some more of this stuff worked out and working, and I'll be right back. Okay, our immigrants have just pulled up. We are going to absolutely accept them, and I had an idea. So instead of immediately sending these peeps to do some stuff, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to just gather a bucket load of trees over here and get as much of that happening as we can. Just do a huge gather. With 11 people, we should be able to gather a pretty good amount of logs and timber. That's what I really, really need right now. As you can see, we're at 15 stocked up. We have no fuels, even with 3 people working, and we're using poop. It's not working great. So I'm going to try and utilize the workforce that we just got from the immigrants, 11 workers, and to do some gathering. And I'll have them do that while everything else is, it was operating okay. So I think we're just going to try and do that. And hopefully we find some goodies out in the woods for food. And we'll be able to do that. I did have quite a few people die of old age, and a couple people got replaced in the gatherer there. So there was quite a few deaths that happened. Not to do anything that I had control over. So it's going okay. We're doing all right. We do have another tech point available. And I'm thinking about, something took the bait. A seasoned fisherman found something took the bait while fishing, but strangely, it was not struggling like a fish. It only appears to be something very heavy that's hooked, and it took some mad effort to drag it up. Obsidian 19. Interesting. Okay, so here's what we should probably do. We want to get our level 1 rep here, right? Let's go ahead. We have 12 people. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and set this up. I was going to say, I like having all the people doing the gathering stuff because we really, really need it. But I think if we take 4 of them, we can leave the rest, and I think we'll be all right. So we did get a bunch of leather, right? How much did we get? Oh, yeah, 417. How much can I sell? Okay, let's do the 417. That's going to be a really good amount of gold coming back. 1876. Pretty happy with that. I think that'll be it. And then as far as buying goes, let's try to get a little food going here. I noticed that rice is the cheapest by a considerable amount. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see. Can we get, let's go for like 300 rice. What is that going to put us at? 255. We could do, let's double it, 600. So we'll do that. We'll purchase that. We'll have a little bit of extra over. We'll have about 1,000 left over. So that'll be great. 600 rice can be a great thing to get. And hopefully here we get our next level of reputation. So let's let that going and get that happening. They're still doing a lot of work over here. We'll just keep our eyes over here for when it gets cold, because if it gets cold, then I'm going to cancel all that stuff. I was looking over here. We have lots of nice rock piles over here. So when I need rock and iron, we're going to come over into that side of the world for sure. And then once we're done with the gathering bit here, once we get a little bit of stuff stored up, a little bit of fuels, a little bit of timber, I want to put 4 people in the fishing dock. We do have Nigel here working hard and getting us some salt. We have 127 now, and that's great. So the salted fish should be good to go here once we are allocating our laborers back into the workforce instead of just laboring things around. Especially when this farm gets done, it'll be really great. That'll be an additional, what is that, like 12 people to go gather stuff? So at that point, then we'll be able to swap people in. I did take some people out of our big wells, and now we only have 2 out of 6. We got to put somebody back in there because we are in the red with water now. So that's another thing on the list. Saltworks, we got fish we want to get in. We need this butcher completed and wells. So I don't know if 9 people is going to be enough for all that, but we're going to try and do our best. And it's just baby steps here at the beginning, right? We're gathering stuff up. We're doing little trades here and there. So, oh, actually, it'll be 5 people? Yeah, because I don't know if it's counting these 4 people out. Yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, yeah. All right, good. Because I was going to say, 5 people is really going to be not enough if 9 isn't going to be enough. So, yeah, we'll just let these guys keep doing their thing here and getting that all gathered up. Now, as far as what to do next, I'm not sure. I've been looking at it, thinking about it. I'm kind of leaning toward maybe starting mining and quarrying. Maybe not, actually. We have plenty of rocks. I just showed you all the rocks, right? So the next like tech step would be the calcining kiln. But we aren't even gathering sand yet. So I feel like that's a little premature to just jump into calcining kiln. But also, in addition, you need the refined fuel, which runs off timber or coal. And since timber is such an issue for us right now, that's why I'm thinking mining might be the way to go and get some of that coal. There's no coal around. There's iron around, but not coal. So let's go ahead and grab this. I think this will be the next step. And then what else is going to happen is that we can use the coal for heating, and that's going to reduce the demand on all of the wood, which is going to be pretty significant. So let's go ahead and do that. I just got to find a nice mountain around here. The mine will work great right there. We'll get that started up. And once we get that, we need some builders too. Right, we need all the things. This should be done. Not quite yet. Okay, well, I'm gonna put 1 builder in here anyways. Get that happening. Turn this back on. So now, yeah, stone, and this thing's gonna need stone. We need stone like crazy. So over here, I will also mark the gather rocks for that. Get that picked up. That's a good bundle of stone. There's our caravan rolling on out of town. That'll be good. Get that stuff happening. And then if we get like a surplus of iron, I need to move into making iron tools. We're doing stone tools right now, and obviously we're not keeping up because we don't have any stone. So I'm gonna swap this to iron tools so that we can have tools and keep that rolling like so. What is the 2 trade? Oh, 2 cats. Yeah. Okay. We are in the green for food now. I guess they probably just pulled in 1 field. Oh, partial fields. Okay, so we're on the right track for food, I feel like, especially with all this other stuff happening with the alpaca, extra fish, salted fish. Feel like our food will be pretty okay, hopefully, at least for a little bit until we get a couple more immigrants, and then we'll need to crank it up some more, but it's kind of how it goes. All right, we got some considerable gathering done here. We're looking pretty good with our pile of domestic fuels. Our caravan's rolling back in. We still need a lot more timber, but we did just get that caravan returning, and I think we got the jingle jangle of the rep level 1, and sure enough, we did. That's fantastic. So now what we need to do is, I forgot about this. This guy needs the forest farm. Crap, dang it. I was hoping that we could just plant this in a field. I can't believe I forgot about that. But anyways, that's useless. So that was kind of a waste of time to try and get all that. But it is a step towards the dense things. The dense farm, the dense orchard, and the dense forest farm. So it's not all bad. But unfortunately, that doesn't do us any good. Carlos, that's why I like Carlos. Because at tier 1, you get the cactuses and the cactus workshop. And the food that you get out of these 2 things is incredible. So maybe, just maybe, we start working with Carlos here. So we did get our caravan back. We're up to 8 workers. I think what we'll do, instead of doing anything just yet with the caravan, with the 8 workers we have, let's continue to do that gathering that we were doing just a little bit ago. We do want to sprinkle in some people in the fishing dock, like we mentioned. I do have almost all my farms working. We have 1 more that isn't quite there, but we are about to get our butcher done, which is absolutely going to be helpful. and we'll put one person in there to use that to its full advantage. We also have some salt now because Nigel has been working hard. We have 197 saved up. So what we could do is get somebody into this curing workshop and start working on that as well. So let's do that. Let's use the stuff that we built up. We'll go ahead and get our butcher working. The butcher is pretty cool, like I mentioned. Oh, I misspoke. I said it's 2-to-1. It's not quite that good, but it's still pretty good. So for 10 muttons or 10 alpaca meat or whatever, all these things, you get 15. So it's not 2-to-1, but it's still pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and select that one. We'll make some meat chops, and then we'll salt those meat chops, and then we'll be having some delicious salted meats and fish. Well, I guess just a fish for now. But we will put in a curing workshop for the meats eventually here. But we can just eat the meats like this, so it's good. So we're well on our way. I feel like with our food. It doesn't look like it. Let's just check the production overview here real quick. We're really close. So I think if we were to put a bunch of these people into the dock here, we'd be looking pretty sweet. I do have one builder going, yep, to try and get this mine, but the timber's really low, so we gotta just do a whole nother gather all. I've been picking stuff up all over the place. When I've been cutting, that's basically what I've been doing. Sitting here, waiting for more workers and just gathering stuff. This whole bundle I want to keep as a bundle because of the gatherer hut here. But as far as like stuff way out here, let's get this marked up. We got 6 laborers right now. That's an okay amount of crew to go out and get us some of that wood. So there they go. They're out doing their thing. We probably want to get a couple more houses built up as well. We have 9 occupants in the interim housing. Not too many, but it's just something to keep in mind that we're going to have to adjust here soon. So we got to do that. Ooh, what are you saying? No agave. Uh-oh. And our water is really low. Uh-oh. Problems. Okay, let's put one more person there in the big well. We'll see what it does for our water. We were at a very excessive amount of water, like 800 buckets or something. That's just way too much for being the little town that we are right now. But what I'm hoping is, was that our fuel would be good enough to where we could take the people out of the sawmill here and start putting them somewhere else. But until we get this mine completed and start getting some coal going, we're going to kind of be struggling. And it looks like this guy is looking for tools. And I suppose it's because we don't have a whole lot of timber. They're not making a whole lot of tools. So, crap. We're running into a couple of issues here. So, maybe we will do a trade sooner than I was thinking. If we send the 4 people out to do the trade, we have 1,600 coins right now. We could work on reputation with Carlos and sell those cats and buy some things. Let's do that. Let's get that set up. So we'll go ahead and go for buy insurance, sell items. We have cats from Rania, 2 of them. Go ahead and sell those. That's 1,800. That's pretty good. And let's buy food. And then again, rice is still pretty cheap, 0.88. So we did 600 before. Can we 1,500 this? Can we like really fill this up? Oh yeah, easy. We're gonna do that. Let's get our food figured out here. Now that's gonna leave us with a gain. Good. So yeah, let's go ahead and form it. So we're gonna go with the Carlos. Oh dang it. Okay, I gotta reset this up. Even better though because of Carlos. 2,100 monies gained from the cats, and we're gonna lose 1,275 for the rice. Doesn't matter. We'll be looking good. We're still positive. And then when we go see Ronnie again, we can buy a couple more cats, and then we'll be looking great. Let's form that. Let's get some food for our people and start working on tier 1 with Carlos. We should be able to plant a whole bunch more fields to take advantage of those cactuses. It's going to be a huge boon, and we will absolutely do that. But I think we'll have to worry about that in the next episode. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this one, and we are also going to be getting some coal in the next episode. So have a fantastic and amazing rest of your evening, day, or night, and I'll see you again soon.